what we should talk about is obviously when something like this happens, right? And we're dealing with somebody who, has passed away, and now there's a house that we don't know quite what we're doing with it yet, right? What's the first thing that people should do, right? Obviously, you're going to have to grieve. There's going to be some things that are, a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces. I think the most important thing to realize is that you have time, right? Most insurance companies, they have clauses for this. They have, specific guidelines in the documents that you don't have to call the day after somebody passes away and say, "Oh my god, I have to figure this out," right? There's plenty of time to do that. So I would say, the number one thing and the first thing that you should do obviously is take however much time you need, right? And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reach out to your insurance agent, right? And the first question that, you're going to ask yourselves and the insurance company is going to ask you is, how long is the property going to be vacant for, right? And in most cases, Casey, people don't know, right? I mean, this just happened. I'm sure, it was something that was unexpected. And, how long is the house going to be vacant? The answer is probably going to be, I don't know. Right. So I think that kind of bridges into, the vacancy clauses that we have in insurance. Right. And those vacancy clauses are going to say about 30 to 60 days. Now, what does that specifically mean? That specifically means that, as long as the house is, in whoever's name and it's vacant for 30 to 60 days, generally you can kind of leave it. Right. Now, if you're over that 30 to 60-day mark, or if you don't know, like, hey, I'm not gonna sell the house right away. I'm not gonna get a tenant in there right away. My family members aren't gonna get in there right away. Then your insurance agent is gonna talk to you about, the need for a vacant policy. And then you're gonna kind of take things, from there, and kind of go through that process with your agent on what that looks like.
Yeah. What's the difference between a vacant policy and just a typical homeowner's insurance policy?
Yeah, fantastic question. So vacant policies cover, a lot more in terms of things that would happen when you're not living there, right? When you're living there, obviously, if there's a concern with water, what are you going to do? You're going to go turn it off, right? If you're living there, your house, could it still be vandalized? Yeah, but is it less likely with the lights on and the cars in the driveway and everything else? Absolutely, right? So when we're looking at vacant policies, we're really looking at, vandalism and malicious mischief, are the things that are going to be covered that normally might not in a home policy, right? So if people are spray painting, right, the house, God forbid, or they're breaking windows or they're vandalizing it, those are kind of the big ones that are going to be covered. Also, you never know what causes certain things, right? If there's a house fire and you live in there, chances are you might know what caused the fire. Oh, I left the oven on. Oh, my wood stove is the sole source of heat. But when it's vacant and the heating's not even on and it catches on fire, there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to a vacant policy in terms of, okay, let's cover this with the vacant policy because the vacant policy is going to give you a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to what the specific claim is.